So let's just bring our mind to the same place our body is. And just for a moment, just check what's going on inside your mind. What are you bringing with you tonight? And bearing in mind there's no judgment here. It's just notice what's going on. And check your feet, your legs, sits bones, hands in the meditation mudra, and just imagine your spine is that string of pearls of light. And really try and see them kind of shining this light inside you. And imagine the shoulders are over the hips, your head is slightly tipped forward, and the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose, the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And bring your attention to the crown of the head, and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the back of the head, the temples, the ears, the inner ear, back of the tongue, and release any tension in the back of the neck. Allow your shoulders to drop down, and relax the throat and the chest and the belly, the arms, legs, hands, fingers, feet and toes, and then bring the mind to the breath and just notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. Just notice if there are any sounds in your environment. And just allow those sounds to be there. And then just check your mind, what's arising again. And again, without judgment, criticism, just notice what's there. And try not to follow the story. Create a new story. And then we just remember you're an objective observer. Just noticing, try and put some space in between your thoughts. It's a river of mental moments. And we'll put ourselves on the bank of our river and just watch it flow on by. And while we're doing that, we're free from that river. So bring to mind again all the people of your life. And as I said last night, see if anybody's switched places in the last month or so. And your dear friends, the people you have difficulty with, and then those strangers. And they're all equal. They're just like you and me. They all have this incredible wish to be free from suffering. They all have this incredible wish to be happy. And they all have this, just like you, this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life, and by extension all sentient beings. So bring to mind this memory, this remembrance, that there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. We're creating negativity with our mind. A lot of this is habit, and some of it is habit carried over from previous life. And we create positivity with our mind doing this practice. So we're changing it. So first we come to the power of regret, and sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being today, in this life, and in all past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, and having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we all understand about suffering. We don't want to experience any more. So logically it would make sense to pull out those karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I am sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has these methods we can use to purify. So Vajrasattva is not this kind of like God that we're asking for forgiveness from. He's just has some methods that we can use. So you can imagine Vajrasattva is above the crown of your head, about a couple of inches above. And you can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher, your Lama, your trusted mentor, manifesting in this form for your benefit. He's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud. Just like your enlightened potential, born out of your delusions, but yet untainted by them. He has his radiant, beautiful face, his eyes. He has this kind of like the shape of a lotus petal. It's full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has no judgment towards you, no matter what it is you think you may have done. He's just accepting you exactly as you are, meeting you where you're at. He has a sweet red mouth, his hair is black and held up in a top knot, his arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion, and their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So first of all, think about some beings maybe you've harmed, maybe today or this week, and just bring to your mind a wish for them to be free from suffering. And then you can do the same for people who've harmed you, and although it might be a little bit more difficult to do this, just remember that the suffering that they've caused you is going to ripen for them in the future as suffering, and the timing will be probably most inconvenient. In fact, I'll never know when it's going to happen. So have compassion for them because of this future suffering that is definitely coming. So next we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine doing the practice of purification. And so we start with the body, and imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of maybe just pouring over a waterfall from his heart. It arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely, and it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid, and this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa sipokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Siddham shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabhava mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebowa sutokaya mebowa sipokaya mebowa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you have ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So the next is a purification of speech. And again, Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra. And it pours around and enters your crown, again, quite forcefully, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of the body all the negativity of your speech. And this kind of quite forcefully overflows, so more like just kind of pushed up. So imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. And the next is the purification of the mind, and you can imagine this time Vajrasattva sends powerful light, this time beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you switch on a light, that light instantly dispels the darkness. So the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness, all the negativity of your mind, all your depression and anxiety, and jealousy and bitterness and grudges, all this kind of thing, all instantly dispelled. Not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dudu me boa sutokaya me boa supokaya me boa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi me piyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of your suffering and the cause of why, all of our delusions, they're the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech. So imagine this is totally purified, gone, completely disappeared, and now there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is a purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech and mind. So if you wish, you can do a couple of mantras each for the visualizations of the body and of the speech and of the mind. And while you're doing that, you can visualize light and nectar pouring into you. Or you can just imagine light and nectar pouring into you from Vajrasattva's heart, filling you completely and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mepi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe So now feel you're completely purified, not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So next is the power of resolve, and this is the fourth step, the final step in the purification process. But first, again, just rejoice in your efforts in turning up here tonight. I mean, that's you that's done it. And you could be taking time away from your family, from maybe a work job, maybe something you want to watch on the TV. So I just think it's amazing you've chosen to do this for this half-hour period. So rejoice in that. And then think of something that you would like to work on, body, speech or mind, that you would like to sort of start to refrain from doing, something that's harmful to yourself or others. And think I'll refrain from it for 60 seconds or 8 hours while I'm sleeping. But just give yourself a decent timeline, something that you'll be able to stick to. And this determination to not do again, or to try to refrain from not doing again, is what gives us the strength to change. So imagine Vajrasattva, delighted with you, wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call this union oneness. So next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. So we can think of all phenomena as being empty, they do not exist from their own side. You can think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, do you have, there we go. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Hu Tub Shul Chang Shin Jam Gon Galloway, Tenzing Kyong Pelway Kunzo Dog Porze, Chog Sum Kurwe Leg Mon Tu Drub, Pa Dag Sog Dulje Gondu Jab Ten Shog. For Lama Ursul, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please, please live long. And for Geshe Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. There we go. Gone like a dream. Thank you very much for hosting, Michael. Thank you, Coral. Thank you, Hin. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, Drew and Mary. Lots of love. Sleep well and sweet dreams. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, some of you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, everyone.